Hi, my name is Queen Victoria from the Kingdom of Valconia. Today I'm here to tell you the story about my daughter, Princess Balvinia. I have been captured and trapped here in the royal dungeon by Jax the Jester, and it's been quite some time since I've seen Princess Balvinia. So, if you listen very carefully and closely, you can hear the beginning of the tale through the walls of the dungeon. Be very quiet.
Welcome to the mystical, magical world of Bao Bao. Bao Bao lives in a treehouse on the island of Valconia with her adopted family, the Buncho Birds. Years ago, Ma of the Buncho Birds worked for the king and queen, when life on Valconia was fun and beautiful. The queen had a mystical, magical robe, and the king a mystical, magical scepter that they used for the good of the kingdom. The people of Valconia loved their king and queen, and there was peace and happiness on the island. That is, until the day that Jax the Jester took it all away. Jax spent his days entertaining the kingdom of Valconia with his witty jokes and funny tricks, but at night dreamed of being king. Though he made people laugh for a living, he was not happy. He wished for the power and the adoration of the people. He dreamed of being powerful, of being respected and feared, of having everything he ever wanted. Then one day he found his opportunity. It was a day of the celebration for the kingdom of Valconia, for the queen had given birth to their first child, a daughter that they named Balvinia. All the people of the kingdom were at the celebration to meet this most special child, except everyone except Jax the Jester. The king didn't notice his absence, but the queen did. She had long ago seen the darker side of Jax and knew in her heart that he meant them harm. So she wasn't surprised when he stole the mystical, magical scepter and the mystical, magical robe on that fateful day. She did not panic when he used their magic to lock them in the enchanted dungeon. Before Balvinia was born, the queen had created a third object, the mystical, magical bag. Alone, each one of these magical objects was quite powerful. Together, they would be invincible. They were the power of three. The queen knew her baby Balvinia would not be safe in the kingdom, so she devised a plan to protect the child from Jax the Jester. The day of the celebration, the kingdom was informed the baby fell ill and did not make it. The queen gave her baby Balvinia and the mystical magical bag over to Ma of the Buncho Birds. Ma was told to hide the baby in the mystical magical bag. The queen took one more look at her baby and said, "Go now. Never come back to this place. Do not let anyone know who she is." Off flew Ma with baby Balvinia, away from the castle. The queen sat down and cried. Ma took the baby home, and Princess Balvinia grew up loved in the home of the Buncho Birds. Ma and Ba are the only ones who know Balvinia was the daughter of the king and queen. Goonigan and Princess, now called Bao Bao, bonded the moment Bao Bao joined the family. Goonigan is a fun-loving teenager and considers him a protector. The twins, Gabby and Glenda, are the youngest and never really questioned where Bao Bao came from. She has always been their older sister. On the far side of the island sits Kingdom of Valconia, now ruled by Jax the Jester. Jax has discovered that Balvinia holds the third key to the mystical magical powers of the island of Valconia. Bao Bao has the mystical magical bag, and she is known as a myth on the kingdom of Valconia. Today, Jax the Jester found out that Bao Bao is alive and on the island.
Jester's proclamation. Kingdom of Valconia, I am declaring the girl with the mystical magical bag an outlaw. She is a danger to the kingdom of Valconia. Turn the girl over to me and you shall be rewarded with 5,000 apples for the rest of their lives. If the girl is not turned over in 2 days, I shall release the dragon to retrieve her. You have a choice. Choose wisely. Jax the Jester. They are all together. The family sat quietly together in the front of the treehouse. I'm going to leave, Bao Bao whispered quietly into Goonigan's ear. The dragon can hurt the people of the village. I will not let that happen. I'm leaving tonight. Goonigan looked at Bao Bao and said, If you are leaving, then I'm going with you. It's too dangerous to go alone. We will find a safe place to live until the jester forgets about you. What are we going to do, Pa? Asked Bao Bao. You must stay in the house at all times, he said. But what about the dragon? Asked Goonigan. We will worry about the dragon when the dragon comes, said Pa. We are family and we shall stick together. Release the dragon, screamed Jax the jester. The dragon reluctantly came to Jax and knelt in defeat. You get me the mystical magical bag and I will release your family, the jester shrieked. The dragon crossed the drawbridge and flew away. Bao Bao grabbed Goonigan's hand and asked, Are you sure I can go alone? Goonigan looked at his young friend and said, Shh, be quiet or you'll wake up the family. We'll go together. We're best friends, and friends help one another. The corner store. Get water! Get water! Help! Screamed Mr. Snake. The townsfolk awoke to the fire at Mr. Snake's corner store. The dragon screeched in the distance, sending shivers down Mr. Mayor's back. Mr. Builder quickly grabbed a bucket of water from the well and threw it toward the store. One of the locals screamed, The dragon set the store on fire! Pa awoke from sleep to the smell of smoke and the screams of the townspeople. He ran to check the kids, but Goonigan and Bao Bao were missing. Instead, he found a note. He read it quickly, then ran outside and found his neighbors congregating in front of the treehouse. He heard whispering about the jester's proclamation and about the dragon. I know why you are here. I can't believe you would turn Bao Bao over to Jax the jester. Mr. Mayor, she helped you get elected. Mrs. Mayor, she helped you design all your new outfits. Mr. Pig, didn't she help you plant corn? Bao Bao is a lovely child and she's part of our community. But do not worry, she's gone. Bao Bao and Goonigan left this evening. She didn't want anyone to get hurt, so they flew off into the night. They are gone. We are sorry, said Mr. and Mrs. Mayor. Bao Bao and Goonigan flew off into the darkness. The stars guided them through the night and over the mountains. Where are we going to go? Asked Bao Bao. Goonigan said, I'm not sure, but we need to get you to a safe place, away from the jester and the dragon. Where are we? Asked Bao Bao. Goonigan skipped down the hill. I don't know, but I like this path. They slowly followed the path. Goonigan looked at Bao Bao and asked, Do you hear that buzzing? I do. What is it? She asked. We could be near Bee Bush Boulevard, said Goonigan. Begone! 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 You must flee, flee, flee! Flee like a bee! Screamed the swarm of bees to Goonigan and Bao Bao. You must flee, flee like a bee! The dragon is close and he is looking for you. Flee, flee, flee! Head to the hills and over the ridge to the forever flowers. You should be safe there, but flee! Beeswax! Beeswax! Said the queen of the bees. Forever flowers. Oh, Goonigan, I like it here. It's so pretty and the flowers smell so wonderful, said Bao Bao. Me too, said Goonigan, and the flowers are so big the dragon won't be able to see us. I feel safe here. Oh no, look! By the well, It's the dragon, cried Goonigan. There was the dragon sleeping so closely they could hear it breathing. Quickly, Bao grabbed her mystical magical bag and threw it in the air and whispered, "Piggly wiggly pop!" She clapped her hands and said, "A ladder." With a muffled pop, a ladder appeared at the well. The dragon moved restlessly at the noise but did not wake up. Goonigan and Bao climbed down the ladder and hid from the dragon in the well. "We need to be very quiet," said Bao in a hushed voice. "Once the dragon wakes up and flies away, we'll be able to leave Forever Flowers," said Goonigan. When they were sure the dragon was gone, Goonigan and Bao left the safety of the well. Bao said, "I don't want to leave Forever Flowers. It's so beautiful here. The flowers are so big and they smell so very nice." Goonigan grabbed Bao's hand and pleaded, "We need to keep going. The dragon almost found us in Forever Flowers. You don't want him to burn down this place because of us, do you?" Bao looked at the pretty flowers and sadly shook her head. The duo walked up the hill toward the dark trees, hand in hand. The sun was low when they made it to the safety of the trees. Without the sun, the air was cold, and they soon stopped to rest their achy feet. Bao and Goonigan started a little fire to keep themselves warm. In the distance, the wind howled, A-I-O-U, and sometimes why. Bao asked Goonigan, "What is that noise? What is it saying?" Goonigan looked up at the sky. He pointed toward the dark night and exclaimed, "Look! Look at the sky! It's the Vels! We are in the land of the Howling Vels. This is a magical, mystical place where the valley shares the beauty of learning with everyone." They both pointed at the Howling Vels, glowing and dancing across the midnight sky. They have never seen such a beautiful thing. A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes why. The wind sang and the bells danced to its music. Bao rested her head on Goonigan's chest. Their eyes grew heavy and they fell asleep into the valley's lullaby. After they ate the berries they had collected in the forest, Goonigan once again took Bao's hand and led the way out of the valley of the Howling Vels toward the distant hills. "Where are we going now?" asked Bao. Goonigan glanced at the young girl uncertainly and said, "I don't know, but we must keep traveling and stay ahead of the dragon. The jester wants you and your mystical magical bag. We must get you to a safe place." Goonigan and Bao made it to the base of the big hill. Bao was about to climb over the fence when Goonigan shouted, "Bao, stop!" She turned to her friend and asked, "What's wrong?" "I have a very bad feeling about this place and this fence. I'm not sure, but I think we are upon darkness. We need to be very careful," he said. Bao grabbed Goonigan's wing for comfort. Goonigan looked at Bao and said, "I'm going to take a quick flight and look over the area. I will make sure it is safe for us to walk through." "Please don't go," pleaded Bao. "I will be right back. It will only take a few minutes. I just want to look over the land to make sure we are safe," said her beaked friend and flew off. Bao heard the howling in the distance and hid behind some nearby rocks. She climbed to the top and saw 3 wolves running toward her. She jumped off the rocks and ran toward the top of the hill as fast as her little feet could carry. Bao screamed at the top of her lungs, "Goonigan! Goonigan, help me! The wolves are after me!" Bao ran to the top of the hill and jumped and screamed, "Goonigan!" Bao jumped off the hill and into the sky. Below was her friend Goonigan.